On April 23, 2010, police raided the home of journalist Jason Chen. Why? Because he had gotten his hands on a prototype of the upcoming iPhone 4. The device had been forgotten in a bar by Apple engineer Gray Powell and sold to Gizmodo for $5,000. Gizmodo tore it apart, exposing Apple's biggest secret: flat edges, a front camera, a full redesign. Apple panicked and police stormed in. It was the first battle in what would become Apple's never-ending war against leaks. From the very beginning, Apple understood that secrecy was marketing. Steve Jobs knew people didn't just want a phone, they wanted a show. That's why when he unveiled the first iPhone in 2007, he didn't just present a device, he presented the future. But this obsession with secrecy created a paradox. The more Apple tried to hide, the more people wanted to see. Leaks became part of the hype machine. Fast forward to 2017. Apple is preparing to launch its most radical iPhone yet, the iPhone X. But then, Apple itself makes a critical mistake. The HomePod firmware leaks online. Developers dig through the code and find hidden treasures: Face ID, the bezel-less design, and much more. Around the same time, Apple's iBoot source code leaks too, the very foundation of iOS security. Suddenly, leaks weren't just about spoiling designs anymore. They threatened the very core of Apple's ecosystem. Today, leaks about the iPhone 17 are a mix of both worlds. Digital information so precise, it allows almost perfect renderings of the physical phone. We already know the color codes Apple plans to use, and even radical changes to the camera design, which raises the question, with all of Apple's money, power, and security, how are leaks still happening? The answer lies in Apple's three biggest vulnerabilities: software, the supply chain, and the human factor. First, software. Small mistakes in iOS updates have revealed huge product details, like new chips and unreleased hardware. Second, the supply chain. Apple works with over 200 companies in more than 40 countries. That web is impossible to fully control. Factory workers have leaked everything from casing materials to battery sizes. And third, people. At the end of the day, most leaks come down to human beings: carelessness, greed, or even revenge. From Gray Powell forgetting a prototype to YouTubers allegedly paying insiders for information, people are Apple's biggest risk. Leaks have real consequences. Competitors like Samsung can adjust their products before Apple's launches, stealing the spotlight. Leaks also hurt Apple's sales. If people hear the next iPhone will be revolutionary, they delay upgrades, which hits Apple's bottom line. In 2018, anticipation of new models contributed to Apple lowering its sales forecasts. Secrecy isn't just marketing, it's money. What started with a forgotten prototype in a bar has turned into a global system of leaks, a culture fueled by the internet, the supply chain, and the monetization of hype. Apple's war against leakers is now a battle of control versus chaos. And today, with the iPhone 17 finally releasing, we're reminded that the leak isn't just a breach of security, it's part of tech culture itself. Maybe it's the price Apple pays for being the most anticipated brand on Earth. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like and subscribe. The next chapter is coming and you won't want to miss it.